Sup guys, and welcome back to another episode of an insight into the fitness industry. So today I'm here with Dylan, and just a quick one before we get started. A few people have messaged me and said, when's it kind of get on iTunes? I've had a few problems at the moment, but it should be sorted. So the first one that I did with Cam should hopefully be in iTunes the next kind of week or so. So thanks for coming on, Dylan. If you want to speak a little bit about yourself, your background, what you do, and just go from there.
So basically, I started the gym when I was around 15, 16. Main reason for starting the gym was I wouldn't go as far as saying bullying, but in your group of friends, you've always got the people that obviously everyone takes the piss out of each other here and there, and that one of mine was getting called fat, chubby, etc. And although it was a laugh, I kind of took it personally. I kind of was the chicken Harry one. I would always take it to heart. So although it wasn't a big thing at the time, I think it resonated in me feeling a bit shit. So I then started the gym at 15, 16, started just finding away, doing a lot of cardio, done a wee bit of research and doing some weights. Then at the age of 17, I started to think that I could maybe do it as a career. Age 18, I went to college. I actually dropped out after, 17, dropped out of college after 2 months because the course wasn't that great. For sending me away early. Then I actually paid for a course and done my level 2 and done my level 3. Qualified with them both fully at the age of 19. I PT'd in a gym as a level 2 instructor in exercise less because you're allowed to PT as level 2 as long as you're working to a 3 for a year. Passed my level 3 and here we are, pretty much 4 years later.
And how did you get on originally, like when you first got qualified? Because we spoke about before, you've been qualified for, did you say 4 years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. How did you find when you first got into PT to now? Like, what's the kind of transition period?
It was a huge change. So for your first year, I've always said as well, when you do a PT course, they teach you how to pass the course, they don't necessarily teach you how to run a business. So when I first started, for my first year, wasn't very great, was doing everything wrong, wasn't marketing properly, wasn't struggling to get clients in. The clients I had were struggling to retain and I didn't really know why. But as I've done a wee bit more research, started reading more books on business mindset and actually gaining more knowledge in terms of fitness and nutrition as well, I then started to pick up a wee bit more, managed to market a bit better, and the difference from when I very first started to 3.5 years down the line is it's a huge difference. Massive difference.
And when you say about like marketing and what you've kind of learned in terms of how do you best kind of market yourself? Is it through kind of Instagram, social media platforms?
I would say when you're starting off, so I'm a bit different in terms of how I gain clients. So when I first started off, a lot of people would always say talk to people on the gym floor, which is one thing I would say if you are a personal trainer who's just started, always act cheery, always talk to people, give people free advice, help them out whenever you can help them.
Yeah.
And that's in the long run. So if you're thinking in the macro scale, in the long run, people are actually going to come back to you maybe 2-3 months down the line because you're stuck in their head because you've helped them before.
Yeah.
Whereas if you walk past them and didn't help them, they're not really, you're not approachable and they're not going to come towards you. So that's one thing I would say is if you're just starting off, do that. But for me, I didn't actually manage to get a lot of clients from doing that. Mine all came from social media. So Instagram, I maybe get about 5% of business, but my major one is Facebook, so a lot of my marketing goes on Facebook. And I've had pretty much every single client one-to-one, and at the minute I'm fully booked, so I've had everybody through Facebook.
That's good.
So it's a mixture of just producing content all the time. It's being, I would say, just constantly doing different things from videos to blog posts to comparison photos. Client transformations is obviously one of the biggest things that's going to build in and give you more clients and people are going to be more interested. But I would definitely say try and be a bit different, try and relate to people. So many trainers nowadays they try to show the best all the time, whereas you're better trying to show not, well, in a sense your worst, faces that you're finding hard, faces that you can relate to other people as well because they're going to find you relatable, so then they're going to want you as a coach.
Yeah, the relatability is such a key factor because if you're seen as like this cream of the crop PT, there's no problems. People might think you're a bit egotistic, and that kind of thoughts. In terms of floor walks, I think they're you've got to find the balance. I think with that, I think some people do opposite end of the spectrum. So some people can come across like sleazy and kind of looking
Yeah.
for PT, where in actual fact you are doing that, but in a subtle way. Some people can kind of be too
Oh,
into it. Yeah, yeah,
like I would say that there is you have to do it right.
yeah,
You can't go in and act as if it's a sales pitch. You need to go in and actually, like if you're going in thinking I want him as a client or I want her as a client, it's not going to work out for you. But if you go in and think if you genuinely want to help people, then you're going to go in, you're going to help them. And then, like I said earlier, micro scale, you're not going to maybe get them there and then that day, but 1 month down the line, you might think to yourself, he helped me out, he's the only one that actually came up to me and helped me, seems like a nice guy, I'm going to contact him, and that's how you build it up. So it's not thinking of very like short period of time, it's more thinking of long term.
that's it. And you've got to see it as yourself. Like if you're training and you're in the gym, would you want someone coming up to you, be like, "Oh, hi, my name's blah blah," and then you can just tell by the conversation where it's kind of leading,
Yeah.
where in actual fact, like the relatability, what you said a second ago, if you kind of relate to someone, just have like a general conversation, that's probably
Yeah.
more effective than trying to state who you are as a PT and online coach and that. So,
Right.
just going into a little bit of bodybuilding. So you're a men's physique competitor yourself.
Yeah.
Um, how did you kind of get into that? Like,
So
when did you kind of get into that?
I done my first one when I was 19, so I've done two. The first one I
How
done
old are you
at
now,
19, eh,
How old are you now? Sorry.
22.
Okay.
So just like 22, 3 weeks ago. So first one done at 19. The reason I done it was, although I had been into the gym and I was in all right shape, I had never got myself proper shredded, and it was just to give myself a challenge, just to give myself a bit of a challenge, see if I can get into good shape. And did end up placing third in the first show, which was good because it was an open men's physique show as well, so it wasn't just beginners, it was everybody. So
Oh, yeah.
placed, got invited to the British, but I didn't go on towards doing the British because I had a holiday Ibiza booked 2 weeks later, and I didn't think I'd be able to bring the best package when I came back, so I didn't see the point in doing it, whereas I knew I was going to kind of lose.
Yeah.
So I done that, I took about a year out, and then after that, in fact 2 years out, and then this year I done another one, but I had a completely different approach. I wasn't really in it that much, so I gave myself a different challenge, and I thought to myself, I'll try and get in shape for a competition, whilst, because I'm all about, in terms of my business, I'm all about promoting that you can still go out and enjoy your social life, you can still have drinks, you can still go out for meals, you can enjoy yourself pretty much in life and still get in good shape.
Yeah.
So I gave myself the challenge to get in shape for a competition whilst still going out. So over that period, it was 11 weeks. I was away to Ibiza for a holiday. I drank a couple of weekends, and I also had some off meals, and I managed to still get in shape and play sports in the show. So it just goes to show that you don't
Oh, wow.
need to be so strict. You really do. Of course, if you want to win, then that's a different situation. But for me, it was just to prove it to myself and also to prove to clients, just to make it relatable to people that you don't actually have to be so strict to get in good shape.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of your approach from when you were 19 to like when you last competed this summer, did your approach change? So when you were 19, were you like, I'm going to go out to win this, like, it's me versus everyone else, to how you are now?
So like my approach when I was 19 was really, like you say, I want to win it. I cut myself off from everybody, didn't go to any social events, didn't do anything. It was a pretty lonely period. It was literally me and my coach at the time. The two of us, it was just, I'd be back and forth talking to him. Eventually, towards the end, I started to kind of go body dysmorphia style. Like I actually had to take myself off of Instagram because I was comparing myself way too much to everybody on Instagram, which is one thing I would say not to do. And then, so it was all or nothing. I kind of blanked everything apart from business and PT, and that's it.
Were you a PT at the time when you were 19?
Yeah,
Yeah. And in terms of when you competed this summer, so that's quite interesting to know that you kind of went on holiday and kind of had meal plans. So what was your kind of structure, your split? Like, how did you kind of...
So my split was, I was in the gym, to start off, I was in the gym 6 days a week. So I was just doing a push-pull legs split. I have tendonitis in both my knees, so I changed that up a wee bit. And then I done upper body, lower body, then I done push-pull, then an upper body. So it was a Monday, Tuesday, break Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, break Sunday, just because my legs were they were knackered from the tendonitis. So that was kind of my split. Whereas I would be a wee bit off. So say one day I was fully booked with clients and it was a Tuesday and I felt as if I just had no energy to go to the gym, I would take Tuesdays the rest and go on a Wednesday. I wouldn't be full instructed just as long as I was in 5 times a week.
So when you went to Ibiza, did you say?
Yeah.
Did you train over there?
I did actually, trained over there, so only went for 3 nights, so it wasn't majorly bad. The first night I had a drink, the other 2 nights didn't, but the other 2 days I think it was just consciously in my head I was thinking about the show, so I didn't want to go too wild.
Yeah.
Like, so when you say, like, although I'd done all that and still managed to enjoy myself, the key about it is balance, like just balancing and doing it all in moderation. So the first night I had a drink, second night and third night I didn't, but all my meals were off. So like literally breakfast, lunch, dinner and a few snacks in between, didn't track any of it went out every single meal.
Wow.
And I actually came back later. But I think it was because I was up exploring, so when everyone else was lying in bed rough, I was up walking about exploring, getting steps in. So I was still on top of it while I was away.
Oh, wicked. And then just going back to PT, so how do you, because obviously PT is like, because you're self-employed, you have to find your own work, and you've been a PT now for, you said, sort of almost 4 years.
Yeah.
How do you maintain your business, and how do you continually improve? I know we spoke a little bit about this prior to going on here, but what would you say is the key to success in terms of maintaining your business?
In terms of maintaining business, I would definitely say when you start off and you get a few clients, don't be greedy and try and go and focus on getting more clients. Focus more on retaining your current clients, building rapport with them, and then having a good relationship, because it's better to do that and then say one of them are maybe going to drop off, because you've got such a good rapport with them, they can then go and talk to family, they can go and talk to friends, they can maybe make a post on Facebook group, give you a new review, and all of that adds up, and from that you can get more referrals in from word of mouth. Whereas if you've got them current clients in and then you just completely forget about them and then go off and try and get other clients, they're just going to eventually drop off, which I found at the very start within my first year of training. I was too focused on getting other clients, where the current clients that I actually had, they were all dropping off, and I was basically in a rut of, like, basically you kept turning over.
Yeah,
so it was people coming in, people going off, people coming in, people going off, and it wasn't, although it was consistent wage, it wasn't consistent people, which I would rather over the wage part of it. I'd rather have consistent people who are going to consistently make results. So I completely changed my structure within training and business in terms of that.
And like you said, I personally found myself a PT, it's a lot of word of mouth. So if someone has an amazing experience with you, even if it's like, they don't have to be with you since like the start, but even if they were with you kind of 6 months and had an amazing experience, but they dropped off for financial reasons, they've achieved their goal, because that's what some people do, they don't have a time lot. You know you've planted that seed, so if someone ever speaks to them and says, I really need a PT or I need help, they'll straight away be like, go to Dylan or go to Nathan or whoever. So
exactly, my main focus is helping people lose weight whilst enjoying themselves, like I said. And I always tell every single client I have, I only expect to have them for 3 to 4 months. If it comes to the 4-month mark and they think they've not reached their goal for what they want, then I've not done my job right. So a lot of them do stick because they do like the accountability, they do like having you there as a trainer, they do like you just for motivation in general. But I normally give myself a kind of 4-month mark, unless it's prepping someone for a show or if it's doing anything like that, it's more obviously long term. But if folk who are just looking purely to lose weight, I do give a 4-month kind of window, because you see so many people, PTs, and just in gyms that I've been in prior, is just they'll have clients for 1 year, 2 years, but they don't change often. They don't teach much, and you can tell that they're just doing it purely for the money, which you don't want. You don't want that kind of PT.
No, definitely. The next question is, with your kind of PT, like myself, I'd actually know what kind of hours you do and how you kind of balance that. But how did you find PT when you were prepping for a show, in terms of kind of energy levels? Did you find that kind of, because obviously with PT you've got to be very like motivational, you've got to be high energy. Obviously some PTs don't work like that, but that's how I do it myself, and I do it as well. How did you find prepping for a show, especially those last kind of 2 or 3 weeks, with balance and PT?
Yeah, so I actually completely different ways on both shows. So the first show, I did find myself in 4 or 5 weeks out. I was starting to just be tired all the time. My spare time, I would be sleeping. I would be in for clients. I would do pretty much the bare minimum. I would obviously do all the programming for all clients, but I wouldn't do any specific marketing, or I wouldn't do any content writing. I wouldn't do anything like that. I would do everything for current clients. That was it. Actually, all my clients told me that I looked ill and had to take 2 weeks off. So they all told me to take the last 2 weeks off before the show. So it is a very hard thing to balance, I think, especially if you're doing long hours. It's very hard to balance. Whereas the second time around this year, I was perfectly fine the full time, fully energetic, and I find my way through.
And what sort of hours do you do for PT? Are you a morning, evening? Like, how do you balance your week?
Yeah, so basically the way mine works out is more morning and evenings. So from the time of every single morning I'm up at 5. I have clients from 6:30 up until probably about midday, so about 11:30, 12 o'clock, sometimes at 10 o'clock. Then I have about a 5 hour gap between that, so obviously when people are working, and then I'm in from any time between 5 and 8 and 5 and 10 at night. So it's I have the middle of the day to do programming, to do things like that, and also train myself. And then, so it's split shifts are very long, but it's worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And if you enjoy what you do, then it doesn't really feel like a job.
It doesn't feel like a job, exactly.
And there's some days that are harder, but most of the time it's enjoyable. For myself, when I prep for my show, like if anyone's kind of watching this and trying to build a business and prep for a show, I would definitely not recommend doing it, purely because like I actually got I just don't think my business kind of went as well as I thought it could do. And at the time,
same as you, I thought the first show I done was my first year of personal training, and my business actually went. I thought to myself, so this is back when I thought it was all about being shredded, the most shredded animal clients can have. If you're starting out, it's definitely not the way to go, because it doesn't work like that. No. But actually my business went downgrade, because obviously I wasn't as motivated, I just didn't feel like I was even there. Like when I was with clients, my head was in another place, because I was just completely fatigued. That was more towards the last kind of 2-3 weeks. But this time round, it was a little bit. But I would say, like you say, if you are thinking of doing a show and you are in your first year or two, and you're not really on your feet with the business yet, I would recommend probably not doing it, and then giving it a miss.
And you've got to kind of experience kind of being in a calorie deficit beforehand as well, because like for myself, another mistake that I made, I pushed my body weight up way too high, so I got up to like, I don't know how I did it, but I got up to like 98 kilos. I know I'm 6'1", so to a lot that might seem a lot. It's not too high, but it's still high. And then it was a 4-month prep. Got down to 82 kilos, so lost 16 kilos, which is a lot of weight. And I was doing Stairmaster 5 times a week, just because I had to shift so much weight. So if you're in a position where, for example, you're only kind of like 5-6 kilos, maybe a bit more above stage weight, then it's fine if you kind of know what to expect. But if you're going blindfolded like myself, then trying to balance PT and getting your steps in, cardio, gym, I don't know how I didn't get ill. Like actually, when I look at it back now, I don't know how I didn't get ill.
That's the thing. Folk think it's not just you need to go in and do your weight session. It's you need to go in and do your weight session. Then, like you say, you're spending 30 minutes on the Stairmaster 5 times a week. On top of that, you're having to hit 15,000-20,000 steps a day, so it could get 9, 10 at night, and you're having to go a walk to get another 5,000 steps in. Like it does, and that takes over your mind, and massively takes over your mind. I don't know how I done it, to be honest, the first time I got.
When you look back at it now, it's just like, because I don't know about yourself, but I don't know how I didn't get ill. Like not ill as in like kind of mentally ill, but in terms of like just colds and just little things.
Just your immune system being totally shot.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so in terms of competing, like you just touched on a minute ago, you thought that getting shredded perhaps was going to help with your business.
Yes.
What's your viewpoint on that now? So do you compete to help with your business, if you're honest, or do you do it for the enjoyment of you?
No, the first time it was to help the business and also to push myself. The second time it was to show people that it was possible. So you could say that second time was to help the business, but after that one, I've said, well, never say never, but at the minute, I can't see myself doing another one. Like,
Really?
nah, I've changed my training up. I started to get a bit demotivated and bored of bodybuilding, so I went more into functional training. Not fully CrossFit, but bodybuilding slash CrossFit, so
Just taking a
crossfitting.
leap.
Yeah, so basically just your typical bodybuilding stuff alongside like snatching, cleans, like all that kind of stuff as well. So it's a bit more enjoyable in my opinion. I've started to look more towards longevity and thinking of overall health for when maybe like 50 years down the line when I want to still be able to be functional, still want to be able to walk, then I want to be sitting in a chair and not being able to walk. So
No, I 100% agree. And when did you kind of make your mind up that you wanted to do that? Was it something that you just tried out and you're like, oh, I enjoy this? Or was it purely for like
uh,
just health reasons or?
so I went into actual CrossFit um, 8 months ago, 9 months ago maybe, and I'd done it for a good 3, 4 months. I did enjoy it, but there was no really structure. It was more just going in whatever the workout of the day was, fire ahead of that. Whereas I didn't find that too great. So I went back to bodybuilding, enjoyed it, and that's when I went and done that other show. And it's just recently, I would find myself even like getting out of bed and I would be stiff, like putting socks on would just be like an absolute struggle. And I thought to myself, a 22-year-old, that should be really happening. So over the last 4 weeks, it's been a lot more mobility work and all that kind of stuff as well, and just the wonders that it's done. Like the knee pain from the tendonitis is gone. Like I have absolutely no pain whatsoever. I can squat heavy, I can do everything, and it doesn't give me any pain. So even for me, that's a small benefit that in the long run is going to work out. So yeah, I find it's morely towards health benefits. Obviously, aesthetics matter. Like that's everybody wants to look good, and that's my kind of a secondary point at the minute. Though first point is being fit, healthy, and a bit more functional.
Yeah, and like you said, you definitely take that consideration. I think after my competition, I came back from holiday. I don't know if you know, but I injured my rotator cuff.
Yeah.
And I had a bit of a hip problem. Well, not hip problem. I had a bit of a knee problem, but that was actually from a tight abductor, lower back pain. I had a bit of pain in my QL, and that was all from. Not saying it's because of competing, but it's because I didn't look after my body when competing, and things like that. You think like yourself, like you're 21, 22. You think I'll be absolutely fine, but it does take its effect. So what am I going to be like in 10 years time if I'm not kind of looking
Yeah,
after my
exactly.
body?
It's like maintaining a car.
Yeah.
But you don't think of the same with tea that I'm going to get fucked up in a way.
That's it. So last question I was going to ask you just about online coaching. You touched on a second ago that's what you do as well as PT. When did you kind of get into that? What was your kind of thoughts of getting into that? And was it just like a natural thing to get into? Would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I've always said if you are a trainer and you don't want to go into one-to-one and want to go into online, I personally think you need that one-to-one relationship with clients first. You need to be able to deal with people's emotions. You need to be able to have be in contact with people on an emotional level and actually build rapport with people first before you can think about even like being a coach online.
Yeah.
So I've given myself a kind of 2 years kind of gap to go just do one-to-one purely. And then it's just recently I've started doing my online stuff. I have had a couple of online clients in the past, but it's now so I'm really pushing it because there's two reasons why I want to help a lot more people. As a PT, I think the knowledge that I have, I'd be able to actually help a hell of a lot more people. And two, I want to travel, so I want to travel around the world, and you can't really do that if you're stationary in one position the full time.
Yeah, and I'm the same thought process yourself. Like your PT at the moment is not yourself, but in people in general is the fundamental. Like you got to nail that before thinking about online coaching. Like I was a sucker for that myself. As soon as I became a PT, I was trying to do online coaching at the same time, but then I had to put so much emphasis into that. Then my online clients weren't getting like the support and they needed. I was like, I had to take a step back. So that's interesting. Where are you thinking about traveling? Like, what's your kind of thought process?
Everywhere, to be honest, mate. Like, I just want to go. I want to spend maybe. Like, I do want to do Australia and all that kind of stuff as well, but I want to go take a wee bit of time out and do like Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, all that kind of stuff, and get to just kind of get to grips with like actual like real life. Like, I feel like you get caught up too much in social media that
yeah, definitely
you're not really in towards real life. Like, it'll be good to kind of take a step back and like meet new people from different countries, folk that are from different backgrounds, and I feel like it helps you get to know yourself rather than being stuck in one
That's
place.
cool, man. Yeah. Do you find that like I think this is my biggest problem the last sort of 2 or 3 months is in terms of social media and your phone. Do you ever get caught up too much that you have to kind of like turn it off as such? Because like
Yeah,
myself, when I'm not PTing, I'm always on my phone, which is
yeah.
a very
So I
simple to have.
find when I'm doing programming for people, I just like phone on airplane mode because I just go on it.
Yeah,
So I phone on airplane mode, chuck it in a drawer because you get caught up in it, and it's like although people say it's as easy as just putting on airplane mode and putting in, but it's just too easy to get back out.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
it.
everybody does get caught up in it, and it's trying to get out of that habit of getting caught up with it and actually living in real life. Because you see so much people on social media, you end up comparing yourself, not even just in terms of your physique, you compare yourself business wise. Like I found myself a lot of the time thinking I'm 22 and I'm seeing 20, 21-year olds, and although I respect them and look up to them because although they're younger than me, I look up to them because they're doing something that I want to do. It does make you feel a bit thinking to yourself,
Yeah,
oh, should maybe be in that position, and you think to yourself, you do tend to think yourself as a bit of a failure in a sense, but you don't know their background, you don't know if they had made an investment in money, you don't know anything. Like you can really only focus purely on yourself and not focusing on anyone else really.
no, and that's a great point to touch on. I definitely think if you start comparing yourself to others too much, that's when it can perhaps go a little bit downhill in a negative way. So,
Yeah.
let's go on to a few questions that I asked on my Instagram. So, first question: what are the three biggest mistakes people make with training? I don't know if that's kind of based on like the people that your clients or people in general. So let's maybe. How do you want to answer this one? Do you want to do it perhaps
I'll
clients?
just jump in both. I'll touch on both.
Yeah,
So with clients, it's nothing really to do with training. With training, it's more just being structured. But I find in a lot of female clients, it's the nutrition. It's they're not eating anywhere near enough.
yeah,
So it's trying to help a female client build a relationship of actually having more food, actually letting them realise that to fuel their body they need more food. So the analogy that I tend to use is if you were driving from Falkirk, where I am, over to Manchester, and you try to do that on a quarter at a time, it's not going to happen.
no,
You need to fuel your body like you need to fuel the car to get to that distance.
yeah,
So that's the kind of way that I use it. In terms of myself, what I struggled with and mistakes that I made, I wouldn't class any of these mistakes. There's a lot of things that I could have done differently that would have impacted my physique better, but I enjoyed training. When I was in my first couple of years, like I went with my mates to just enjoy trying to lift heavy. It was more for me, it was more a social aspect, so I wouldn't really say I made any mistakes when I first started. There were things I could have done differently. I could have read more into nutrition, could have read more into like progressive overload and how to actually like take structured rest days and all that kind of stuff. Whereas, but I just enjoyed myself. So if I could go back, I wouldn't change it.
yeah. No, good man. For myself with my clients, I reckon the biggest mistake they perhaps make was, and it's not necessarily their fault. It's through social media and media in general is kind of believing absolute bullshit. I put my story the other day. You know, you have someone like I can't remember her last name, like Olivia from Love Island. She'll promote like she's got 1 point. Mate, I'm still raging about it now. I tell you, Carly showed me, and I was like, "Fuck's sake." But things like that.
I'll let you try to show that as well.
Yeah, and they all do it, and people that believe it, it's not their fault. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to go into it because it gets me too frustrated. But I think that's the biggest mistake. They're not believing in you. They're believing in someone that's getting paid, you know, thousands of pounds to promote.
Just because they've got that following,
Yeah.
think that they're the right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one mistake you go up to. I agree with that, 100%.
And again, that's not the client's fault. It's whoever. With myself, I reckon I've been training since 18. I never kind of committed to a calorie surplus. I think I spent so many years just not really eating carbs, as silly as that sounds. I always used to be eating the carbs, not putting on weight. I kind of wanted to build a physique, but then still stay lean. And that's a long, long process. So until it was this time last year when I went on my first proper bulk, my physique looked all right because of it, but it could have been so much better if I spent all those years bulking.
Yeah, to be fair, that's one thing I've not done. I've still not done. Stuck to a huge surplus for a prolonged period of time, but I don't necessarily want to be that much bigger than I am now. I'm quite happy with how I look. But I think what I'm going to do, which is another topic that in a later day could be spoken on, but I'm going to be doing 3 weeks surplus, 1 week deficit, 3 weeks surplus, 1 week deficit. I've read a lot of studies about that, and supposedly it works. So I'm going to give that a try, see how it goes.
Are they going to be like big surpluses and big deficits, or is it going to be like your maintenance slightly?
500 one way and then 500 the other way.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
Through some research, some of it might be a little rubbish, some of it might not be. There's a few studies I've read that I'm quite convinced that it might work. So never know, give it a try.
And I know, I know like insulin sensitivity is a quite big subject at the moment, where you're in a calorie surplus for so long, and you need your body to kind of get used to it. That might be quite a good way if you're going 3 weeks in surplus, taking it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Once you go back into surplus, you might react well with kind of food, calories, carbs really well. So yeah, no, that'll be a good subject. Once you kind of do that, that'll be interesting to know how you're getting on. Next question. How do you balance unsocial PT life with other social aspects? I think when they mean unsocial, they mean as in like split shifts rather than that's a boring job. Yeah, how do you balance both?
So basically, I used to work Monday to Friday and also work some Saturdays and Sundays, whereas now I work purely Monday to Friday, and have Saturday, Sunday off as my kind of days for social. So like Monday to Friday, I'm not social, and it's like this. I'll just keep myself to myself, do my work, and just build business. And then Saturday, Sundays, I kind of take a wee step back, and have a bit of laugh with mates and stuff like that, and see family and stuff. But some Saturday mornings I'll work just because you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but apart from that, I always make sure I've got a Sunday off.
Yeah. And that's exactly the same for myself. I do split shifts Monday to Thursday. Again, if you're a new PT, especially that first 6 months, maybe even a year, you have to do it all the time.
When I was first in, I was going around the gym floor with a notebook asking people if they want a free session, and I was doing 30 hours a week free charge, like just constant free, and you think it's not paying off in the short term, but in the long term it does, because even if they don't take PT, it's something good word of mouth towards other people. So,
and especially if you're a new PT and you think like, oh yeah, I know what I've got to do, I'm going to do that. A lot of people might only do it for a week or two. You've literally got to do it for months, like all the time, mornings, evenings. You've got to always be in the gym. Take your own training, just take a step back. But yeah, no, I'm the same. Monday to Thursday, split shifts, and then I just do Friday mornings. Sometimes, like you said, Saturday mornings, but I try and have Saturday off. I live in Essex at the moment. My family from Ipswich, so both me and my partner go back sort of every other weekend, and you take your mind off it, but it makes you more hungry to go back into it.
Exactly.
Which is cool. And then last question, I'm going to ask. It's quite an interesting one that I think, and I definitely kind of apply myself. Thoughts on getting a coach versus coaching yourself. So you said when you were 19 you had a coach, was it?
Yes. So when I was 19 I had a coach. A lot of folk might know him, named Joe Parrish. Had him as a coach. The reason I got him as a coach is I could have done it myself.
Yeah.
But it was more the accountability factor.
Yeah.
Is the reason why. Even right now I actually have a coach at the minute. So through the functional training, the reason I got a coach this time. So the company that it's going through, there's 4 of them, you pay X amount per month, and they do your programming for you, so they don't do any of your calories, they don't do anything, like, they don't check in with you, it's just, they literally do your programming. And the reason I've got a coach this time doing that is because I'm finding myself writing 15, 20 programs a week for different people. By the time it gets to writing mine, I can't really be bothered. Yeah. So I've got somebody else to do my program for me, and also because I've not really done a lot of functional training, and I've not really done like different things like EMOMs, every minute on the minute, AMRAPs, and like doing rounds for time, all that kind of stuff, like more CrossFit based stuff. I'm not really too clued up in it, so it gives me a bit more knowledge. And that's another thing I would say for other trainers, is just invest in yourself. Like if you're new, invest. Courses, books, seminars, podcasts, just everything you can possibly get your hands on.
Never think that you know everything, because
You'll never know it. You'll never know everything. And like the moment that you think you know something about one subject, 2 weeks later there's a study out saying the complete opposite. So
that's it. For myself, when I prepped, I hummed and hawed about getting a coach for ages. Probably the best thing I've ever done, purely because one, I wouldn't have been in that condition by myself. I wouldn't have known the steps to take because it's my first comp. Two, as a PT and online coach myself, you learn so much from a different point of view. Again, going back to the thing that you think you know everything, when you have it from a completely different outset of someone who's even more knowledgeable than yourself, you pick so much up that you perhaps wouldn't have had how many months ago. And you see it with some of the top guys out there, top physique athletes, bodybuilders. They all have coaches, and they're online coaches themselves. So it's a bit like, oh, hang on, how come you have an online coach and an online coach? But it's that different viewpoint, and like you said, it saves time and everything like that.
Yeah, it's just majorly the accountability factor. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like you say, and I was also to say just quickly, if anyone is looking to get a coach for a show, make sure you look into the person first. Don't just pick a coach that seems to get good results. Pick a coach that you can tell completely passionate about what they do. Like, you need someone who is going to be, and not even passionate about exactly, not just passionate about what they do, but someone as well that is going to be able to adapt. Like, a lot of folk are just one way suits all. If you don't do it their way, that's it. Whereas you need someone who's going to be able to do it, adjust for you. Really, that's about it.
And just to add on that as well, just because they're an amazing athlete doesn't make them an amazing coach. Some can be both, which is amazing, but sometimes the biggest guys aren't always the most knowledgeable. They're good athletes, got good genetics, but yeah, no, interesting. And just one last question. This is from Colin Campbell, and he said, "How are Dylan's legs always so shredded?" That's true, man. How are they so shredded?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Body fat just doesn't go in my legs. Like, I mean, I wish they did because they're small. But like, I wish body fat went in my legs, but they just don't. I think it's just the muscle maturity and the density in my legs is a hell of a lot more because I played football since I was young.
I was going to say, just basketball, yeah.
Since I was about 4-year-old, played football up until I was about 17, 18. And then I missed a year of legs in the gym when I started, and then I started doing legs again, so that's just a typical guy way, but
jealous of your legs, man. Yeah, no, that's cool, bro. But no, thank you so much for coming on, bro. And I know I messaged you literally a couple of days ago, so thank you for jumping on so quickly.
Enjoyed it.
And yeah, I know I had Marius. He's from Scotland, and I know a few other people from your area. I know it's very, very far, but I said hopefully in the new year, me and Carly will come up and we'll kind of catch up there. But yeah, and if you're not following Dylan on Instagram, I'll link his description in the bio, and yeah, be sure to check him out. But yeah, once again, thanks again, bro.
That was great. Sorry.
Cheers, dude.